There is often an age-old debate about the ability of dogs, in particular the Turkish Kangal breed, to withstand the attack of a wolf. In this video, we'll see if it's possible. For comparison, let's take the most common type of wolf, namely the common wolf. He is also a gray wolf. The size and mass of this villain roughly coincides with today's enemy, the Turkish Kangal. The wolf has a bite force of 250 kilograms. The Kangal has a bite force greater than that of most dogs, about 337 kilograms. I will immediately note that the average bite can actually be much more powerful. For some reason, it so happened that there are many different legends about the wolf that contradict common sense. For example, there is a myth that the wolf cuts its prey and the dog bites. Always interested in the question, what can a gray predator cut? Of course, it must be admitted that the fangs of a wolf are somewhat larger and sharper than those of a dog, but they cannot cut with them. In addition, there is plenty of evidence of wolf hunting, where it is clearly seen that he bites, not cuts. Another myth about a gray predator is that a wolf alone can kill an elk or a wild boar, but only a sick, wounded or newborn. And even more often this happens. It's not for nothing that these gray predators are called the orderlies of the forest. The wolf is not a fool and will not risk his health in vain. The forest is full of weakened animals that will not show any resistance, and getting injured in the fight against a hefty boar is tantamount to death in the wild. The wolf understands that having received a wound, no one will help him and he will simply die of hunger, although, of course, there are none among them. No, but there are especially desperate guys. By the way, shepherd dogs also easily bring rebellious bulls to their senses, so do not think that they are less brave than their wild relatives. However, the wolf is a priori imprisoned for effective attacks and killings. There are no dogs without special training. Now a few words about the relationship between wolves and dogs. A dog for a wolf is a very nutritious, saturated with fats and carbohydrates, a welcome meal. This is exactly what wolves think when they look at a dog sitting near the booth. Even if this dog is an alibi or Kangal, it doesn't matter to the wolf. It is important for wolves that they, wolves, be in the majority, and dogs are in the minority. Once I witnessed how 7 wolves came to visit 2 Kangals when they were guarding the herd in the mountains. Dogs were not to be envied then. The wolf tried to attack the second Kangal, but realizing that the dog would not give up without a fight, he decided to go to the rest of his relatives and eat the less nimble dog. It's all because he's smart, not cowardly, but I can't help but note the excellent reaction of the dog, especially considering that there were several attackers initially, but it was not an equal fight. Therefore, imagine the situation that, other things being equal, Kangal and the wolf met face to face in an open field one-on-one. In most such cases, the wolf, having assessed all the risks, will simply run away in search of easier prey. Another thing is if you put a trained Kangal with a wolf in the same cage. In this case, the dog has a chance to defeat the predator. The answer is definitely there. It is strong, trained and hardy. But in the same way, a wolf, accustomed to constant skirmishes in a pack from childhood, accustomed to killing and doing it more than once, has every chance of winning one-on-one. The wolf is smart. His sudden throws are combined with sharp rebounds. But we must not forget that the dog is also trained to destroy the enemy. Of course, a wolf can easily disassemble an ordinary untrained, even a huge, well-fed dog into its components. But the wolfhound trained and imprisoned to guard the herds is already 50-50 here from the wolves. And given all of the above, I dare to suggest that, despite all his reputation as an ideal killer, the wolf can still have real problems when skirmishing with the Kangal. I also note that the purpose of this is an attempt constructively, without fanaticism, with a small amount of irony, to understand this issue. Again, I don't undertake to give an unambiguous answer, because everything here is very individual and depends on many factors.